Welcome back here to Forest Glade Park for the second game today between the Marian Knights and the Huntington Foresters. Here are your starting lineups. First for Marian. Leading off is the DH Josh Lamb. Batting second, the second baseman Cameron Salazar. Rylan Huntley plays shortstop and hits third. Bryce Davenport is the cleanup hitter and plays first base. In right field is Pearson Barnes. The left field is Johnny Rader. The catcher for the second game is Max Steffen. The third baseman is Dawson Estep. The center fielder is Caden Mason. And the pitcher is right-hander Seth Hogg. For Huntington University, leading off and playing center field, Bryce Deckman. Batting second and playing second base, Gregory Baroa. Batting third, the third baseman, Matt Wolf. Jordan Malott plays first base and hits fourth. Cam Clarkson is the DH and hits fifth. Sebastian Coons is the catcher in the sixth spot. Dylan Ross plays right field and hits seventh. The left fielder is Owen Emmel. And batting ninth and playing shortstop is Cade Flores. R.J. Anglin is on the mound with a season record of 5-2 with a 3.51 ERA. So the Foresters won the first game today 13-3 in a game that ended early via the 10-run rule. So this game wraps up things for both teams before they head into the league championship tournament beginning on Wednesday. Marian will play a play-in game, which I believe will be against Grace College. If they win that game, they move on to the 6-team tournament that begins on Thursday. And they will play, I believe, the number 2 seed, which would be Indiana Wesleyan. I may be wrong on that. But Huntington moves on to play St. Francis at Taylor at 6 p.m. So Josh Lamb leads off for Marian. First pitch is taken for a strike. The second pitch is fouled off down the right field line. Anglin will get it and work in a hurry, get it and throw it. That's how he likes to operate. Next pitch is a fastball down low. Back up on the mound, the 1-2 pitch. Fastball down, 2-2. The 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball outside. Takes the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes. So good job of Lamb here to get back into the at-bat after an 0-2 count. Lamb hits a pop-up into center field. That will drop. So the first hit of the game belongs to Josh Lamb. He's at first base with nobody out. Good pitch by RJ. Got in on him, but Josh Lamb fought it off and dumped the ball into center field in front of Bryce Deckman. Next up is Cameron Salazar hitting in the 2-hole. First pitch is down low. Gets away from the catcher. Lamb goes to second base. So the Knights now have a runner at second base with nobody out here in the top of the first inning. Anglin sets, delivers. Fastball down, 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0 pitch. Fastball right there. Counts 2-1. Fastball on the inner part of the plate. Two-one pitch. Fouled off down the left field line. Count goes even at 2-2. My understanding is we have some rain in the area, so we'll try to keep you abreast of that as we go along in this game. 2-2 pitch is hit to left field. Owen Immel gathers that in for the first out of the game. Good to see Owen back in the lineup. He's had some arm issues coming off of surgery last early summer. And so good to see him back in the lineup. The shortstop, Rylan Huntley, is now the hitter. First pitch called, strike one. England sets. Pitch way outside. Counts 1-1. Lamb looked like he might want to chime up the pitcher there and steal third base. Forsters have to keep an eye on that. 1-1 pitch is high, ball two. So England appears here in the first inning. He's still trying to find the release point. Got good stuff, good velocity. It's just not always where he wants it to go. That's a balk. England didn't come set. Kind of blew through that set position, so that moves the runner to third base. So the count 2-1 strikes to Huntley. Next pitch, fastball fouled out of play on the right side. 2-2 the count. Two pitch, breaking ball, swung on and missed. So the Knights can't cash the runner in at third base with less than 2 outs. And now they'll leave it up to the 4-hitter, first baseman Bryce Davenport. Davenport hits from the left side, a lot of power. First pitch, ball down. Swung on and fouled straight back. A good swing on that one. Evens the count at 1-1. As we mentioned, England likes to get the ball and throw the ball. Does not like to mess around. 1-1 pitch, high and outside, fastball. 2-1 strike. England's had a really good freshman year. Has battled some injuries, but he's settled down to really put together a solid year. Ground ball to second base. Baroa up with it, throws to first, and the Forsters are out of the inning. The Knights have a base hit and leave one. Top of the first inning. The Knights nothing. The Forsters coming to bat. Bottom of the first inning here. Set the lineup for the Knights defensively. At third base is Dawson Estep. Shortstop is Rylan Huntley. Second baseman Cameron Salazar. Bryce Davenport at first base. Left field is Johnny Rader. Center field is Caden Mason. And the right fielder is Pearson Barnes. Pretty much the way that they've gone all 4 games, except the catcher position. They've substituted out of that at times. Bryce Deckman leads off for the Foresters. First pitch hits him. Marian was wondering if that ball didn't hit off the knob of the bat, but it hit the elbow protector of Deckman, so he goes to first base. Seth Hogg is 4-3 with a 7.47 ERA. Gregory Baroa is up, hitting second and playing second in this second ball game today. First pitch, breaking ball up high. That ball hits Gregory Baroa. Deckman was running on the pitch, but the ball hit him. So the first 2 guys in the lineup today get hit by pitches. And so the Foresters have first and second, nobody out. And that will bring Matt Wolf to the plate. First pitch is a strike. Wolf in the first game was on base twice. Hit by pitch first time up, walked in the third time up, scored in both those times he was on base. Oh, 1 pitch is high. Ball 1. 1-1 on Wolf. Wolf hits a fly ball down the left field line. That ball's foul. Interesting. I didn't see the home plate umpire go out and look down the line. That ball was right on the line. So must have thought he had a good view of it. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Wolf. So the ball pitches high. Deckman steals third, but Baroa is thrown out going into second and looked like he just had a horrible jump trying to run in that situation. So now 1 out, 2-2 count on Wolf with Deckman at third. Wolf with a foul ball. Wolf with a line drive up the middle for a base hit. That'll drive in Deckman. And the Foresters jump in front 1-0. So the Foresters cash in the runner from third base with less than 2 outs on the line drive hit up the middle by Matt Wolf. Gregory Baroa thrown out on the backside of a double steal. I don't know if that was put on by Coach Frame or if that was on his own in terms of Deckman going. If it was put on by Coach Frame, there's no reason to have a bad jump at first base. If it was just something that Deckman did and Baroa followed, then you got to have a better jump than that. Gregory's a great kid, but sometimes on the field he giveth and he taketh away. One-0 pitch to Jordan Malott. It's a foul ball straight back. Malott in the first game had 4 hits, a double, a home run, drove in 4 runs. Big day for Jordy. Young man that just continues to get better and better at the plate. Count 2 balls and 1 strike. Swung on a miss. Good fastball. Count evens at 2-2. Runners going at first base. Curveball fouled straight back. Matt Wolf trying to show off his wheels there a little bit. Count stays at 2-2. 2-2 pitch. That's hit on a line to the left fielder right at him. And that's the second out of the inning. Jordy continues to swing it. That ball was hit really hard. That ball was scalded. So 2 outs. That'll bring DH Cam Clarkson to the plate. Wolf running. Throw to second. Is in time. So the Foresters have 2 of their 3 outs that inning on stolen base attempts. But they do score 1 run. And we'll go to the top of the second inning with the Foresters up 1-0. Back here at Huntington University, going to the top of the second inning. The Knights, the first inning, got a runner to third base with less than 2 outs. But with their 3 and 4 hitters, couldn't cash them in. Huntley struck out. Davenport hit a ground ball to second. Huntington scored in the bottom of the first inning on a RBI single by Matt Wolf, drove in Matt Deckman. So right fielder Pearson Barnes leads off for Marian here in the top of the second inning. England throws a fastball by him to even the count at 1-1. Another good fastball. The count goes to 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Another good fastball right by him. So England starts off the top of the second with a 4-pitch strikeout, and that'll bring left fielder Johnny Rader to the plate. Rader in the first game was on base twice, had a base hit and a walk in 3 plate appearances. One and 1 the count after another good fastball. One and 2 the count. England's got a little giddy up going here in the second inning. Rader looked like cut his swing down a little bit, looking to make contact, fouls the ball straight back. Breaking ball, foul tipped into the glove of Sebastian Kuhns. Third strikeout of the game for England. And that brings up the catcher, Max Steffen. Steffen hits from the left side. Fastball outside has Kuhns spinning to get control of it. Another fastball low. Count goes to 2-0. Here's where you want, if you're a coach, you want your guy to finish the inning. You get 2 good quick strikeouts, and you want him to finish it and get his team back in the dugout. Line drive to left center field. Deckman hauls it in on the run. Good piece of hitting there by Steffen. So we go to the bottom of the second with the score Huntington 1, Marian 0. Back here at the bottom of the second inning at Forest Glen Park. Foresters leading 1-0. Leading off for the Foresters is the DH Cam Clarkson. Foresters really looking to get this young man going. He's kind of been scuffling here of late. Young man has enormous potential. There's a bullet down the right field line into the corner. And Cam is going to go into second base with a stand-up double. So the Forsters have a good start to the bottom of the second inning. And that'll bring up catcher Sebastian Coons. Sebastian on Thursday played the second game, had a couple hits. So we'll see if he can continue that here. Ball one. So runner in scoring position. Ideally, you'd like to hit the ball to the right side. Move Clarkson to third with less than 2 outs. So we kind of got blocked there a little bit. That ball was actually caught by the third baseman. So 1 out. Coons cannot advance the runner. And that'll bring up Dylan Ross with 1 out and Clarkson at second base. First pitch fastball inside. Ross jumps out of the way of it. I think on a normal day, that ball on the left, down the left field line off of Sebastian's bat is in the stands. But with the way the wind is blowing, I think it blew it back a little bit. Although, not a lot going on with the flags right now out in left center field. But looking up at the top of the trees, the wind is still blowing hard. 2 balls, no strikes. Ross with a line drive down the left field line, foul. So far, it seems that Huntington has gotten some good swings against Hogg. There's a ball that's really hit hard into left center field, and that ball will go to the fence. Clarkson will score standing up. Ross is into second base with a double. And the Foresters double their lead to 2-0. That brings up Owen Immel, freshman from LaPel High School. He's not gotten a lot of at-bats here of late. He's had some, as we mentioned earlier, some arm issues. But he's got a bright future ahead of him. He's going to be a really good player here for the Foresters. Hits from the left side. 0-1 pitch is fouled off on the left side, so he's in the hole 0-2. Now we got a battle. Immel with the soft line drive into left field. Hold the runner at third base. That's a good piece of hitting by Owen Immel. Go the other way, let the ball get deep, let it travel a little bit, hit it the other way. So the Foresters have runners at first and third with 1 out, and that brings Cade Flores to the plate. Flores in the first game was on base twice, had a hit, had a walk. First pitch is outside, ball 1. Next pitch, hard ground ball to second base. Second baseman bobbles it, throws to first, does not have a play. That's a double play ball. That if they can execute it, they're out of the inning. But they couldn't. So Dylan Ross scores, Cade Flores is at first base, Owen Immels at second base, and that turns the lineup over for Bryce Deckman. First pitch, breaking ball outside. So the Foresters go up 3-0. After one run in the first, they've scored 2 here in the second. And still have the opportunity for more. Ball's hit into right field. Second baseman makes a very nice over-the-shoulder catch for the second out of the inning. So 2 outs, Gregory Baroa at the plate. Baroa was hit by a pitch first time up and then thrown out trying to steal. Had a really good first game today. Had 3 hits, a walk, hit by pitch, scored 3 runs. Good day for Gregory. Pitch is a little high and outside. Count evens at 1-1. Aggressive swing by Baroa. Takes the count to 1 ball and 2 strikes. One-two pitch hit high and deep to left center field. Left fielder's under, right at the edge of the track to make the catch. So that'll be the third out of the inning. The Foresters come up with 2 runs in the inning, and as we head to the top of the third, they are ahead 2-0. Back to the top of the third inning with R.J. Anglin on the mound. R.J. was the Crossroads League Pitcher of the Week last week for his 3-hit shutout of Indiana Wesleyan. So young man that's got a very, very bright future. Looking forward to watching his career, obviously the rest of this year and into the next 3 years. Leading off for Marian here in the top of the third is third baseman Dawson Estep. First game today, Estep was 0 for 3 with a couple strikeouts. First pitch is down low. Appreciate Andy Vaught joining me up here to call the first game. There's a line drive into left center field. That's going to be extra bases. Emma with the ball back in. Estep cruises into second base with a stand-up double to lead off the third for the Knights. Good piece of hitting by Estep there. Went with the pitch, hit the ball hard. That brings up Caden Mason, the center fielder and the 9-hole hitter. First pitch swung on and missed. Fastball in, looked like it was off the plate a little bit. Next pitch hit sharply down the left field line, foul ball. Counts quickly 0-2 on Caden Mason. Pickoff move at second. Two-strike pitch, breaking ball, swung on and missed. That's Anglin's 4th strikeout of the day. And that brings the DH, Josh Lamb. Josh is a redshirt sophomore from Hammond, Indiana. Fastball fouled away down the right field line. Wind seems like it's howling a little bit more. One strike pitch, breaking ball outside. One pitch. Once again, fouled off down the right field line. They go through a lot of baseballs today. 1-2 the count on Josh Lamb. Had a base hit his first time up. There's another base hit into center field. That will score a run. And the Knights are on the board. Now 3-1 Huntington. Next up is second baseman Salazar, Cameron Salazar. He's a junior from Syracuse, Indiana. Went to Wawasee High School. Third hit of the game for the Knights. 1 run, 3 hits, and an error. Forster's 3 runs, 4 hits, and no errors. First pitch is a fastball to Salazar for a called strike 1. Next pitch is fouled straight back off the screen. Good to see Ryan Hale here today between innings. Ryan played ball here at Huntington, is now a police officer, a sheriff's deputy in the area. So it's good to see him. Whatever uniform Ryan is wearing, he looks good in it. I know that. Big strapping young man. Before the 1-2 pitch, RJ throws to first base, drives the runner back to the bag. One-two pitch to Salazar, bounced up there. It's blocked by Coons, but the runner moves to second base. Not a whole lot Sebastian could do about that. The ball bounced way out in front of home plate. and he was doing good just to keep it in front. So now another runner in scoring position. 2 balls, 2 strikes on the left-handed hitting Salazar. Two pitch fouled away, left side. Infield's playing Salazar to pole. The outfield is playing him straight up almost. There's a ground ball to shortstop. Flores to first base. That eliminates Salazar. That moves Lamb to third base, and that brings up Ryland Huntley, Marian's shortstop, up with 2 outs. Huntley was a strikeout victim the first time up. First pitch is outside, ball 1. Next pitch, fly ball to center field. See what the wind does to that. It's blowing it, but Deckman makes the catch with ease. So, we go to the bottom of the third. The Knights are on the board. Huntington still leads 3-1. Back here at Forest Glen Park, bottom of the third inning, the Foresters lead the Knights 3-1 after winning the first game earlier today, 13-3. Leading off the bottom of the third is third baseman Matt Wolf. Wolf takes a fastball in. Ground ball down the third baseline, just foul. Count evens at 1-1. Wolf 1 for 1 in the game, had a base hit that drove in a run in the first inning. Get a ball back up the middle with Bryce Deckman in scoring position at third base. Two 1 pitch is a fastball on the inside corner. Who counts 2-2. Fastball up. Wolf ground ball to shortstop. Shortstop stumbles, throws to first. That's the first out of the inning. Not a ball that was hit especially hard, but the shortstop stumbled a little bit as he fielded it. That brings up Jordan Malott. Jordan hit a line drive to left field his first time up. As we mentioned, he's swinging the bat very well right now. Had a good first game. And we just jinxed him as he hits a pop-up into center field. Caught by the center fielder for the second out. Sorry about that, Jordy. So 2 up, 2 down for the Foresters here in the bottom of the third. And that will bring up the DH, Cam Clarkson. Cam had a ringing double down the right field line, hit the ball hard. First time up, ended up scoring on a double by Dylan Ross. First pitch swung on a miss. Next pitch, foul tip at the plate. Got the catcher. I think Steffen's had a tough series. Seems like he was the catcher on Thursday in the second game when he took 3 or 4 foul tips. So he's been taking a beating this series. That goes with the territory. If you want to be a catcher, you got to have some toughness. No balls and 2 strikes. Next pitch, yes, once again, fouled off the catcher. Hope Marian has a hot tub in their bus for the ride home because he may need it. So we're still 0-2 on Clarkson. Wine in the pitch. Fouled off down front of the third base dugout. Steffen's thankful that it wasn't fouled straight back again. 0-2 pitch in the dirt. Blocked by Steffen. He took another ball off the body. That ball bounced way in front of the plate. Actually bounced in front of the right-handed batter's box and got Steffen. 2-strike pitch popped up. Third baseman on the run. Makes a nice running play. And that'll do it. Foresters 3 up, 3 down here in the bottom of the third. And we'll go to the 4th inning with the score 3-1 Huntington. Going to the top of the 4th inning with the score 3-1 Huntington University. Anglin through 3 innings. He's given up 1 run, 3 hits. He struck out 4, hasn't walked anybody. Marian will have Davenport, Barnes, and Rader up. and hopefully more for them here in the top of the fourth inning. Davenport hit a ground ball to second base his first time up. Had a runner at third base. First pitch looked like a changeup down low, ball one. Next pitch, ground ball. First base side. Malott makes the play, but in foul territory. 1 ball, 1 strike. One pitch, foul ball over the third base dugout and out of play. So Anglin in front, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fastball away. 2-2 the count. To Marian's first baseman leading off here in the top of the fourth. Fastball swung on and missed. That'll be Anglin's 5th strikeout of the day. That will bring in the right fielder, Pearson Barnes. Barnes' first time up, struck out. Foul ball right side over the first base dugout. Count evens at 1-1. Special thanks to Andy Vaught for coming and bailing us all out in the first game, helping out with the broadcast a little bit. Curveball, check swing. The appeal at first base. The first base umpire said no. Next pitch is down. Count goes to 3-1 on Barnes. Three-one pitch, ground ball to shortstop. Flores to his left. Good throw across the field, 2 outs. That'll bring up Johnny Rader, the left fielder. Rader's first time up was also a strikeout victim. He pours a fastball in for a called strike. Fastball off the plate. 1-1. That ball's hit well into left center field. Deckman going back. He's not going to get there. Ball's up against the fence. Raiders going for 3. He's going to be in, sliding with the triple. Raider definitely barreled up that fastball, hit it a long way, probably to the deepest part of the ballpark, out there close to where the flags are, and all the way to third base with no play. So that brings up the catcher, Max Steffen, with 2 outs. Here's a fly ball to center field. Deckman is standing there. 3 outs. So the Knights strand the runner at third base on the 2-out triple. And we go to the bottom of the fourth with Huntington ahead 3-1. Back here at Forest Glen Park on the campus of Huntington University. Big day, it's graduation day. Softball team's playing at home today. I think they won their first game against Indiana Wesleyan and come from behind in the last inning. We've got some rain sneaking its way this way, so we'll see how long that takes to get here. The flags are active again out in left center field. Sebastian Kuhns leading off for the Foresters here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And that ball's hit on a line down the left field line. We'll see if Sebastian can get to second. He's going. And the throw, no play. So Sebastian with the leadoff double. So Parker Richards will run for Sebastian. That brings up Dylan Rost. I'm joined here in the booth again by my good friend Andrew Vaught.
Hello, hello. Good to be back.
Just telling the folks it looks like there's some rain sneaking.
Nope.
No? Not going to happen? Okay.
Nope. It might. It might happen.
Okay.
But we're going to be optimistic.
Okay.
Thus far, everything that is on the radar as it moves its way north and east kind of is breaking up. This next batch to be determined.
You are a meteorologist in your spare time, aren't you?
I mean, I'm a lot of things in my spare time.
Yep.
I like to look at weather patterns every now and then.
Okay.
I'm not scared.
So in this situation, like to see Dylan hit the ball the other way to move the runner to third base. We'll see if he got a breaking ball there away, but I'm not sure that's a pitch you want to swing at with no strikes yet.
Yeah. He's seen the ball well today, though.
Yeah, he has. Parker on the move from second to third, and he'll be in there. Overslid the bag, but I don't think the third baseman was in a position to put another tag on him.
Still got it in time.
Yeah. So 2 balls, 1 strike on Dylan. Runner at third base, nobody out.
Parker Richards reminds me a lot of Billy Hamilton. Just get the guy on base, and he's just going to motor around the bases. That'll do the job, too, with Parker's.
There's a fly ball into left field. Catch is made, and Richards will score standing up. So sacrifice fly, the second of the day from Dylan Rost.
You see Dylan kind of shaking his head, trotting back to the dugout. Obviously would have liked to barreled it a little harder than that, but still got the job done. So
I think he thought he missed it.
Yep.
So the Foresters have their 3-run lead back, and that'll bring up Owen Immel with 1 out in the inning. Not sure what happened there.
A unique little ricochet. Looked like it tipped off the catcher's glove onto the umpire's shin guard and turned into what would be a perfectly placed bunt.
It would have been. Owen should have ran that out. Owen, the first time up, slapped a single into left field. It's good to see. Next pitch is fouled off. 1-1's the count. You always like to see the catcher short hop the pitcher, throwing the ball back. I've got a story about that for a rain delay someday. There's another ball hit well into left center field, but center fielder will range over, and Mason makes the catch.
It's a great swing on that pitch there.
Yes, it was. Good to see. So with 2 outs and nobody on, a run already in, Cade Flores steps to bat, hitting in the 9 hole. Ball hit down the left field line.
We put Cade on a little bit of a bulking program this summer. He's going to turn some heads.
He needs to develop a gluteus maximus. because that means he's putting on some strength. And you're right. Putting on strength is something that he needs to do. And I mean, he's going to continue to grow and be a really good player. He's probably going to figure into things next year, either at short or second.
Absolutely.
The 1-2 pitch is high and outside. Count goes to 2-2. I think from seeing him in the fall, he's had a more impactful season than I thought he would.
Absolutely. I think everyone on the coaching staff would vehemently agree with that.
Ground ball to second to end the inning. We'll go to the top of the fifth with the score Huntington 4, Marian 1. You know, one of the things that they do in the Crossroads League, Andy, usually games 1, 2, and 3, you've got to finish them unless it's a 10-run rule.
Okay.
Game 4, if you're ahead after 5 and the rains come, you don't have to finish it.
Okay. So
I'm not saying that's going to happen or anybody's hoping that that's going to happen, but
contextually, it's good to know that that is a possibility. If
at least that's the way it was when I coached, which, you know, we used wood bats back when I coached. So
you coached for a couple years, though, didn't you?
A little bit, yeah. I couldn't find anything else to do.
Yeah. You what year did you start coaching?
I got the job July 4th, 1984.
1984. Incidentally, I was born January of 1984. So I was a ripe 6 months old when you got the job. Just turned 40 in January. So
I had never coached at any level. Dr. Eugene Habecker offered me the job and immediately asked me for a 3-year commitment. And I'm like, I can be committed to my wife for 3 years, but I don't know that I can coach for 3 years.
Yeah. But here we are 40 years later.
Here we are. Yeah, school's not been able to get rid of me.
Yep.
So to lead off the fifth inning, Dawson Estep steps to the plate. Dawson had a leadoff double back in the third inning. Takes a pitch for a ball here. Next pitch fouled straight back right at us.
Did you put your hand up?
No, I didn't. I didn't even move.
Didn't flinch.
No.
Stone cold frame.
Didn't even move.
It's a great pitch. Ooh. Spotted it.
I think that was a generous call. I thought that ball might have been outside a little bit.
Perhaps.
1-2 pitch. Ball low and away. Went around the plate. The plate is not round, but it went around it.
Sometimes pitchers have the ability to morph geometry like that.
Yep.
You know?
Good word, morph geometry.
I'm a wordsmith, Coach.
Yeah.
You know this. I think that's half the reason you invited me up here.
I think I failed geometry in high school. There's a ball hit really hard into right center field. Deckman cuts it off and holds.
Skillful relay there to get that ball back in and hold that run to a single.
They hold
he's speedy on the
step
bases.
to a leadoff single, and it's bark in the park day. Apparently, we've got some dogs that aren't happy with each other. So leadoff double or leadoff single from Estep. That brings Caden Mason to the plate. 9-hitter. He hits a ball into right field. Rost catches it, going away from the infield. Good footwork. And we have one out. And we'll go to the top of the order again for the Knights with the DH Josh Lamb. Ground ball up the middle. Nice play. Wow.
Goodness.
That is very nice.
Oh, my goodness.
Very, very nice.
What a turn.
Cade Flores with the fielded the ground ball up the middle on the second base side of second. Flipped it backhand to Gregory Baroa, who threw to first.
On the barehanded grab.
Yes, and Jordan Malott dug it out, and the throw beat the runner.
You love to see it.
That's a very nice double play. Dun-da-da, dun-da-da.
I think so.
Yeah.
We're going to submit that.
Yep.
And our commentary is going to be in the background of it.
I think it is. Which I'm not sure is good, but So that will go down as a 6-4-3 double play.
And I don't know if Sebastian Kuhn's played football in high school, but the vigor with which he spiked that baseball on the mound at the end of that play made me think he might have scored a touchdown or two in a previous life.
Sebastian can be an emotional young man, so he was into that. So the Foresters here in the bottom of the fifth will bring up the top of the order, Deckman, Baroa, and Wolf, seeing if they can add to this 3-run lead. Had a 3-run lead on Thursday, and it did not work out well. The Knights came all the way back and scored a 6-4 win, scoring 2 runs in the 8th and 2 runs in the 9th to steal the win from the Foresters. So at this point, if the rain would come, this would be official.
Yes, sir. We're going to get this game in, though.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Yep. I think you just jinxed us, but you might be right.
Ooh.
Bad bunt. That's just like giving up an at-bat there. You teach your guys either it's a base hit or it's foul. It's never popped up in the air to the pitcher. So anyway, 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the fifth. Deckman's woes at the plate continue. That brings up Gregory Baroa. Baroa was hit by a pitch first time up, hit a fly ball to left field his second time up. So he's 0 for 1, and the netting just came down on the fence in right field.
Oh, my goodness. There was one panel earlier that came down. This one starts at the end in Glen and stretches all the way to Park.
What would even be greater if the whole fence would come down, but, I'm sure the AD and Mr. Dagetts would not want to hear that.
Certainly. Certainly.
I'm amazed that fence is still up. It's got bent poles. It's just amazing.
That's a gritty performance out there by that
fence. It
is.
It's a gamer. It's a gamer fence.
Yep. So
2-1 pitch to Baroa.
I'll tell you,
outside 3-1.
His numbers weren't already there. This series for Greg against Marian has to have put him in all conference consideration. This little late season nudge that these stats.
That's a ball hit down the right field line for a base hit. Yeah, you might be right. The numbers that you have to have in this league to be an all-league outfielder are sometimes mind-boggling. But, Ian McCutcheon was all-league the last 2 years and didn't have the greatest numbers in the league, but just out of respect, the other coaches, voted for him.
Yeah. So
Matt Wolf up.
Speaking of Ian, that makes me think of another former player that we saw between games, Ryan Hale. Did you get a chance to chat with him?
Yeah, I did. I got a chance to say hi. I told the folks out there in Radio Land that Ryan looks good in whatever uniform he's in.
That man
looks good in a baseball uniform, in a deputy sheriff uniform.
Indiana State Police?
Yeah, so.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess it is state police. It isn't deputy sheriff. My fault, Ryan.
He spends some time in the gym.
1-1 pitch to Wolf, hits him. So he'll go to first base. move Baroa to second into scoring position. And now to bring Jordan Malott to the plate. I think Ryan is the 8th former player that is now a deputy sheriff or state trooper.
Is that right?
Yeah. You always like to know where those guys are, you know?
Indeed. Can you rattle off the other 7, or is that asking too much?
I think I could
Can you
get
get
close.
close?
Yeah.
I know Brad Fiard is in that mix, yeah?
He didn't play here.
Okay. Just a graduate that.
That ball is hit a ton to
Uh-oh.
left field, and that ball is gone.
Bye-bye.
That's a 3-run homer, second of the day for Jordan Malott.
That ball
And a
was
4-1 lead goes to 7-1.
wrecked. And that got out of here in a hurry.
Yeah.
Little friendly huddle at the plate. Congratulatory gathering there.
I know Keith Benbow, who played with Dad. David Porter, who played here. Justin, little soft line drive from Cam Clarkson, hit to the second baseman. So that'll be the second out of the inning. What was Justin's last name? Was a catcher? Rutledge.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dustin.
Excuse
Dustin.
me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Justin. Of course, Ryan Hale. I think that's 4. I guess I'm not even going to come as close as I thought I would. First pitch to Sebastian Kuhn, swung on and missed. Foresters had broke it open here a little bit in the 5th inning with 3 runs, ahead 7-1. You know, the Foresters have scored so far, I think, in every inning but 1 in a doubleheader.
I think you're right. Well, there was 1 inning last game, and then I think 1 inning here.
That ball has hit a ton down the left field line. That ball's off the fence. May have took the fence down as hard as it was hit. Sebastian slides into second for a double.
Good to see him barreling up some balls finally.
Yes, definitely. That's his second double of the game. Had a couple hard hit balls on Thursday. So, yes. Looks like the pitching coach for Marian is going to go to the mound here. Dad's talking to the base umpire and the plate umpire about something.
Maybe conferring that they also know that if it gets called. Oh, I wonder. Looks like they're motioning out to the fallen sign. So
Must have some lightning. Or
if the ball gets caught up in the fence, throw hands up to signal a ground rule double type situation.
boy, that's a good call. I thought that was lightning, but you.
So we're all on the same page.
Wow.
If the ball gets caught up in that fallen fence sign, the fielder can throw his hands up and let us know.
Yeah. Chicago Cubs outfielders used to always carry baseballs in their pants pocket. The ball got caught in the ivy. They just grab a ball out of their pocket and throw it back in. That's what I was told anyway.
That's probably true. Seems logical.
Dylan Ross up with 2 outs, and Parker Richards at second base running for Sebastian Kuhns. Foresters have scored 3 times here in the inning, and they are now ahead 7-1. That hit Ross.
Another multiple hit by pitch winner today.
Yeah. And that'll bring up Owen Immel. Owen had a base hit his first time up. Hit a line drive to center field his last time up. Looks like the fans are scurrying a little bit. I don't scurry anymore. I don't know whether you knew that or not. I kind of waddle and just get wet. So that's kind of what I do.
Hey, but you know, you do move.
I do move.
I don't really scurry either, so.
One strike pitch swung on a miss by Owen Immel. He's down 2 strikes. Ball looked like it was right there, maybe a little low. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
So one part of my job as the Good Vibes coach is that I often also live tweet on the HU Baseball X or Twitter account. And sometimes I like to embellish a little bit of what I put in there. So on Jordy's home run, I said that it easily cleared the HU bullpen out in left field.
Yep. I think that's.
I don't know if
it
did or not, but
think
you
it
know,
did.
from here it might have.
I'm
So.
okay with that. 2-2 pitch, fouled off down the left side. Yeah, I thought it looked like it was raining.
Nope.
Well, that's what this young lady here said. So she's from Brazil. She should know.
Okay. Okay. Brazil, Indiana?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Brazil, Brazil.
Yeah.
Brazil or Brazil? Brazil. Mm. Hey, also, Andy.
3 balls, 2 strikes to Immel. Runners will be going on the pitch. Fouled off down the left field side.
Can you give me and the listeners and watchers at home an idea on any given game played here at Forest Glen Park? How many baseballs
Always budgeted 2 dozen
per game?
per doubleheader.
Per double? Okay.
But I always had an extra dozen in the dugout
Sure.
because you never know.
Sure. Okay. Oh,
He called that a ball. I think
Oh.
everybody thought that was a strike.
oh.
Wow. Ball looked like it was right there.
And am I mistaken, or did he tear the phone book even? Or did I make that part up?
No, he started to come up and he didn't.
Okay.
So, yeah,
I thought he gave it the old
the old phone book tear.
phone book punch out.
So, much to the chagrin of some folks,
That's a 100-point word.
that was a ball 4. So the bases are loaded for Cade Flores, Forester shortstop. And if Cade gets a base hit, we're going to hear some barking, I think.
I think you're right.
I think we are.
I think you're right.
And if I were on the other side of that, I'd probably be doing some barking myself. That pitch looked like it was right there. Nope, ground ball to first base. And that ends the inning. So Huntington gets 3 runs on Malot's 3-run home run. And the score going to the top of the 6th is 7-1 Huntington University. I guess we can keep it here.
Sure.
You have anything you want to talk about?
It's a good question. Are you
You want to talk about Brazil?
never been there? Seems like a
either.
lovely country. Seems very large. So in my time as a staff member at Huntington, for 5.5 years when I was the residence hall director in Wright Hall, I was also the international student advisor. So I worked closely with our international students, and Huntington attracts students. I mean, when we say from all over the world, we mean all over the world. I'm always amazed at the far corners of the world of students who find out and end up in Huntington, Indiana.
Well, Alicia, is that your name?
Elena.
Elena. Elena was a foreign exchange student that went to Huntington North.
Oh, is that right? And then,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. So,
And obviously, being a former admissions person, I'm really good with names. So, yeah.
There's too many stories to tell about your time in the admissions office, Coach.
We'll go to the top of the sixth inning. Huntington up 7-1. R.J. Anglin still on the mound. 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error. He has struck out 5. And there's a line drive base hit to center field by the second baseman, Salazar. Deckman just about went down there.
He about got taken out by the same sniper that sniped the Marian left fielder.
So Salazar on with a leadoff single. And that brings shortstop Rylan Huntley to the plate. First pitch looked like a slider that backed up a little bit, was up high. Counts quickly, goes to 2-1 on the night's shortstop. Here's a strike. I think the umpire's saying the count's 3-1, not 2-2.
Interesting. Okay. Now it's 3-2.
And there would be those that would argue. No, I'm not going to say it. No. 3 balls and 2 strikes. There's a ground ball to short. Flores will go to second for the force out. That's a good play.
Not an easy play to make.
No, it's not. Both of these shortstops have made nice plays in this series, especially on that 6-4 force. So Huntley on with the fielder's choice. Salazar out at second on the 6-4 force. And that will bring up first baseman Bryce Davenport. Davenport 0 for 2 on this game.
Goodness gracious. Some of these foul balls that start out in the trees on the other side of the creek on the left field side almost work their way back into play, that one being one of them.
Well, certainly Immel's got no play on that ball. He's playing in left center field.
Yeah.
And they are definitely playing Davenport's a pole both in the infield and in the outfield. 1-1 the count. There's another foul ball right side. Davenport has been on once today in the 2 games with a walk. Swung on a miss. Good changeup.
Got him. Outside corner, no less.
So that's 2 outs in the inning. And that will bring right fielder Pearson Barnes to the plate.
I don't know if you feel this way. I feel like the name Pearson Barnes just carries some sophistication with it. Like whatever realm Pearson Barnes ends up in, it just carries.
You remember
with it
the Barnes guy that played football at Purdue and played baseball? He tried to play professionally. Do you remember that? Roosevelt Barnes?
Oh, yeah.
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 Yeah. Line drive to left center field. Immel had him played perfectly, and that'll end the inning. So going to the bottom of the 6th, the Foresters are up 7-1. Roosevelt Barnes came to work out with us one night, one day, in the gym. He was good friends with Matt Kinzer.
Okay.
And Matt brought him down, and so we did a ball drill in the field house. You know what a ball drill is. And I told Rosie, I said, look, you got to be careful because this thing will jump up and bite you about halfway through.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
So he had just made the turn to come back and put the balls back where they need to go. And he actually passed out in mid-run
Oh, wow.
and just face planted on the floor. Well, here's a guy that's 6'3", about 225, and just cut up. So you can't laugh at him or you'd be a dead man.
Sure.
And so anyway, that's my memory of Roosevelt Barnes.
And
what a great guy, though. Man, he was just
was Roosevelt
salt of the
Barnes
earth.
also, now this is a little sensitive because he's since passed away, but wasn't Roosevelt Barnes connected to Caleb Swanigan when Caleb played basketball at Homestead and then went on and played pro ball?
Yeah, that I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I think this is the catcher that we thought was in the game earlier.
Yeah, he's back now, number 43.
And I think he's actually in the game now.
I think you're right.
So we'll make sure that we. This is Donovan Shepard, who's the new catcher. And
New arm, too.
new
yeah.
arm.
Number 9.
Number 9. He did pitch the other day.
Yep.
Jason Cottrell from Terre Haute, Indiana.
Yep.
Leading off for the Foresters here, hopefully in their last at-bat, is center fielder Bryce Deckman. Got him in the foot. He'll go to first base.
Second time he's been hit this game, too.
Yeah, looked like a breaking ball that just broke a little too much inside.
Yep.
So that'll bring Gregory Baroa back up to the plate. He got hit in the first inning along with Bryce and then had a single last time up, scored a run. So he's 1 for 2 in this game, but he's had a really good series, as Andy said earlier, that some of his numbers maybe not, have put him in the mix,
Sure.
for all league. I kind of feel the same way about Jordy.
Yeah.
I don't follow the league enough to know who's really good at first base from some of the other teams.
Sure.
That ball's popped up into right field. Right fielder has it for 1 out. So that'll bring Matt Wolf to the plate. Matt was hit by a pitch. Imagine that. Base hit.
Take this moment to acknowledge what will likely be Matt's last at bat at Forest Glen Park. Tremendous career he's had here. A guy that transferred to us.
Started out the Naval Academy.
Naval Academy, spent a semester at University of Kentucky, and made his way here to Huntington, Indiana. But a lot of love for Matt Wolf.
Definitely. Here's a ball that's going to kill somebody down in the picnic area. That ball was hit hard.
That really was.
Yeah, Matthew's going to be one of those guys that I will remember as long as I live.
Absolutely.
Just his character, his commitment, his leadership.
Here's another 100-point word for you, Mike. Indelible impact.
Yes. Yes.
Matt Wolf, just a leader through and through from the day he arrived. Hear him in the dugout nonstop, getting guys hyped, picking guys up when they come in with a head hanged, or just a guy you want to have around.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out.
And as you like to say, he can swing it a little.
He can swing it, yeah. Had a former coach who Matt played for tell me that, well, he might make a little bit of an impact. He's not going to be anything special. And he's been special.
Very. You know, not to turn the tune of our broadcast here a little sentimental, but we just needed to give love where it's due for
Yeah.
Matt, and again, what will likely be his final AB here at Forest Glen Park.
Yeah, last time I looked, we weren't hosting the World Series, so
And yeah, afraid not. And conference tournament is at Taylor this year. Is that correct?
that's at Taylor. Opening round. Taylor will probably have an opening round again if they put in for it.
Sure. Which,
So
well, the sun's
at some
gonna come
point,
back out
Huntington
for us.
Huntington will probably get a chance to host that. They're
Yeah.
going to keep turning it in, and so if they would have rang him up on that his last college
Yeah.
at bat, I might have had to go down there and
Yeah.
fight somebody.
Yeah, that's not your.
Yeah, they obviously haven't grasped the moment for him, have they?
Yeah.
So.
Yep.
So Matt goes to first on the walk. That moves Bryce Deckman to second base and brings up Jordan Malott. Last time up, Jordan unloaded a bomb over the left field bullpen,
Yeah.
a 3-run home run.
He really did. He really did. So. On a personal note here, Coach, today is my wife and I's 11th wedding anniversary.
Wow.
She was on a walk earlier and stopped by and was watching a few innings from atop the hill.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
Any woman that would spend 11 years with you would have to be a special
you don't have to
lady.
tell me. You really don't have to tell me.
Jordan hits a ball into left center field. That ball's going to drop. Deckman is going to be held up at third base. So Jordy's got another hit. So the Foresters have got him loaded here with one out. And that'll bring up Zach Pelletier hitting for Cam Clarkson. See if Zach can have another good at-bat. He's had good at-bats in a lot of situations this year, coming
really
off
has.
the bench. Good swing. He fouls the first pitch straight back.
Thad spends a lot of time talking to the guys about situational hitting, and Zach has really embodied several moments here in this season of some fine situational hitting.
Well, as we were talking earlier, I don't think you were up here, but, you know, a lot of these freshmen, they were the dude in high school.
Oh, right.
They didn't pinch hit.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
asking a freshman to do that is sometimes tough. One ball, one strike. Good stop by the catcher. 2 balls and a strike.
You can tell Cottrell was not very pleased with himself on that pitch. Just didn't throw a competitive pitch there, and now he's behind 2-1. And thought his little
So
flare was
Pelletier
gonna find a way.
hit a little flare, looked like it might have a chance to get over the second baseman's head, but didn't. So that's the second out of the inning. Base is still loaded, and that'll bring up the catcher, Sebastian Coons.
Sometimes when I watch Sebastian Coons play baseball, I think, man, he would have been a great extra in the movie Major League. Just some of his mannerisms and his chirps. He just is he'd have been a great character to have on that Cleveland Indians roster with Coach Lou Brown, you know?
It's a great movie. It's one of those movies that if you're flipping through stations late at night and it's on,
I'm
you
gonna
may
stay.
be late for work the next day.
It's true.
That Miracle,
Nacho Libre.
which I've never seen.
Yeah, that's a great travesty of our friendship, Coach. We've never watched it together. It's a great travesty.
I've
of
never
our
seen
friendship.
Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, that's a good one, but I still hold that we ought to watch Nacho Libre together before you watch Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah, we probably should.
So,
That's
but
a s-
again, as we often find out, I can just quote Nacho Libre.
I
to
know,
you.
I know.
So,
That's a summertime bucket list item.
yeah, right down here in the press box
I
at
think.
Forest Glen, even.
Yeah. We got a TV down here.
Yeah.
1-2 pitch. Kuntz hits a line drive to left field, hits another ball hard. So we'll go to the last inning, go to the top of the seventh, see if the Foresters can hold on to this 6-run lead. It's 7-1 HU. I have been pleased to see Seabass string together
Yes.
some pitches. New pitcher?
It appears to be Anderson Fenton.
Okay.
Gonna bring in the lefty, and I'm guessing RJ was on a pitch count with the tournament coming up. So
Could be. Yeah, that's a good point. We talked in the first game about how we were both a little surprised that Arbuckle came out early,
Yeah.
but
yeah. I actually checked in with Arbuckle between games and just kind of got a little feel for what that decision was about. And he said, "Yep, I was on a pitch count, and tournament's coming up." So, as
So-
Forester baseball likes to do, he
So
set
he
up
was-
and
he
leave it for
wasn't
the next
being-
guy.
he wasn't being a baby.
No, that
Okay.
is not
All
that
right.
is not who Noah Arbuckle is.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So
Well, Anderson Fenton is the next pitcher on the mound for the Foresters.
that smooth throwing lefty from our neighbor to the north, Canada.
Anderson is 0-0 on the season with a 0 ERA. 6 innings pitched, has given up 2 hits, 2 runs, none of them earned, or neither one of them earned, and 8 strikeouts. So I think Anderson is available to come back. I don't know that if he is or not,
Yeah,
but I think he can.
I believe that's correct. I'm not sure what he's planning to do.
Yeah, I
So,
don't know either. You'd think I would know that knowing the head coach, but I don't.
But like you said, sometimes the head coach just doesn't come to dinner, so you don't get a chance to ask those hard-hitting questions. You
It's
know.
true.
So
Anderson is from Highgate, Ontario.
yep,
Comes to us from Marshalltown Community College.
yep.
I think I shared with this earlier. Thad's wife. Did I share with?
About her getting-
finger?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she showed me a picture.
Wow.
I'm gonna tell you, it looks gnarly.
Is she here?
I don't believe so. He had a picture on his phone that he showed me.
Wow.
And Crystal, if you're out there watching, whew, hope that finger heals up quickly because you smashed it
Really.
really badly.
And I don't know whether you know it or not, but Crystal, it's a good thing to pull your finger out of the door slot before you shut the door.
While we're at it, yeah.
I know you're a Purdue grad, so maybe that's not taught. I don't know. But yeah, that got me in trouble.
Oh,
That got
coaches.
me in trouble right there.
Coach is teeing
From
off
so
on
many
all the-
people. So many people.
Purdue watchers out there.
Johnny Rader leads off for Marian here in the top of the 7th inning, the left fielder.
That
Swing and a miss. Count
is-
goes to 1-2. Swing and not a miss. Hit that ball down the left field line.
Yep. Coach, this feels like a good time to talk about earlier in the game, there was a foul ball hit by Dylan Rost that went just foul. And Ryan Wheeler said, "Straighten it out." I said, "Ryan, that's a bad chirp." The ball was hit straight. It was just foul.
Yeah, you know how I feel about
Yeah,
those chirps from mom and dad.
yeah.
So-
Straighten it out.
I think that's a chapter in my book.
Absolutely.
You just got to want it. That's another one. Just got to want it. Oh, okay.
Maybe your personal favorite, tie goes to the runner, yeah?
That's right.
I think that might be your personal favorite.
If Mark Flickinger is listening, that's one of his pet peeves. A tie goes to the
Tie
runner.
goes to the runner. I got a whole catalog of Coach Frame-isms. So,
2 balls, no strikes to Donovan Shepard, catcher. That's a strike. So you sit all day, they bring you into the game, and your first at bat, you have to face a nasty lefty.
yep.
That's tough.
Yep.
You know, Anderson's a guy that's fought through some difficulties here, not being able to find the strike zone at
Yeah.
times, and
Yeah.
just kept working at it. And, you know, Mike has really helped him to believe in himself, and not only believe in himself, but let's figure out what is the best pitch for you and focus in on that. And he throws a lot of breaking balls, and
Yeah.
it's a nasty breaking ball.
Yep.
But as you've heard me say many times, sometimes you don't coach players, you root for players.
Absolutely.
And you root for Anderson.
Absolutely.
I hope he comes back. I think he can help this team next year. 3-2 pitch in the dirt. Ball 4.
Let's take a moment to talk about another one of your pet peeves here. When you get walked, you could just leave the bat at the plate. You don't have to throw it. Next guy up will take care of it for you.
Yeah. I can remember guys throwing towards a dugout, and when we had grass,
A big chunk.
yeah, a big
Taking
chunk
out, big
comes
divot.
out, and you're just like, okay, do you realize how long it takes to get that grass to grow right
Yeah.
there?
Yeah. Yep.
0-1 pitch.
Several years ago, my first appearance as the
This is a
public
new hitter.
address
Hang on
announcer.
just a minute. Let me get this guy in the game. Number 45. Well, he may have just ended the game before we could get him in the game.
It appears as though he
And
did.
he does.
It appears as though
That was number 45, Elijah Kelly, who grounded into the 4-6-3 double play to end this game. So the Foresters and the Knights get both games in today, even though there's rain in the area. So
Coach, thanks for letting me hang out with you. Loved
Thanks for coming
being
up
on
here.
air with you.
I think these girls were getting tired of us
Yeah,
up here.
I don't
So,
blame them.
Yeah.
I don't
So-
blame them. So,
Well, best of wishes to both of these teams as they enter the tournament.
absolutely.
The tournament will be at Taylor, starts on Wednesday, so you can check out the Crossroads League website. It can tell you when your favorite team is going to play. And the winner of the Crossroads League, if it's not Taylor, will get an automatic bid to the national tournament. Taylor's already earned that with winning the league. So if Taylor gets to the final game and somebody else, whoever that other team is, will go to the national tournament. So best wishes to both these teams, and hope that they play as well as they can in the tournament. So thanks for being with us. We've enjoyed this. I found out about 12:45 that I was doing the broadcast, so I scurried down here.
You said you don't really scurry anymore, though.
I don't, but I scurried down here. So
Okay.
we're going to have Thad come up here, and we're going to ask him some questions and get his thoughts on the day. And he's going to have to take your headset. I'm sorry.
I understand.
I'm sorry. Either that or you can talk to him, and I'll leave.
No. I will gladly relinquish the headset
Okay.
for Coach Thad.
How many pitches does it take to take care of the mound after a game? What do you think?
Apparently the whole staff.
17, 18?
To look around and think, oh,
Yeah.
let's pour some rubber beads out here.
That's right.
Rubber pellets,
That's right.
you know. So,
Hey, shout out to Langston Ginder once again.
yes, sir.
Hope things are going well down for the Florence Yalls. And looking forward to getting down and seeing you play this summer. Just wish you all the best, and I'm so excited that you're continuing to play, as well as Dalton Combs, wherever he is in the hemisphere. So it just wish both of those guys the best. I think we're going to have Thad Frame up here in a few minutes to do some post-game analysis or post-doubleheader analysis. I see my granddaughter is up here. I'd prefer to talk to her versus my son, but, So we'll see what Thad's thoughts are. Thanks again to Andy Vaught for keeping me company up here. So. So Coach Thad Frame has joined us up here in the press box. Thad, your thoughts on the day?
Some good baseball. Proud of our guys. We talked before the game. These games can be tough. We're pretty much locked into the 4 spot. Everybody kind of knew that, and we just kind of talked before the game. Anytime you get to be able to put the uniform on, play down at the Glen, it's an opportunity to compete. And, man, that was some good baseball. Offensively, I felt like we were solid with QABs the entire day. I don't feel like there was a time we put 3 or 4 bad at-bats together. And then our pitching, even at the end there with Fenton and Horton come in, both senior guys for us, come in, throw strikes, get outs. You just feel good about it.
Yeah, and you also had the luxury of, with the tournament starting on Thursday, to get Arbuckle out early, and also get RJ out early in the second game. And I know that conversation with taking RJ out early is not always fun.
No, it's not. No, I honestly, if you could script it, it was probably perfect for us. We talked as a staff. We wanted to get Zach Pelletier a couple of bats because he's going to have some big-time at-bats for us next week, especially against left-handed pitchers. I think he got 3 or 4 bats in. And then we wanted to get Owen Immel, who hasn't seen a ton of action but has been improving these last 3 or 4 weeks, and he got some good at-bats in. So, honestly, you can't script it any better, and I just felt like we played some good baseball going into the tournament.
Yeah, Owen had 2 good at-bats today, and so did Zach. And we talked about up here, a freshman doesn't come in knowing how to be a pinch hitter because they were the dude in high school, and they didn't come off the bench because they were already in the game. Explain to folks out there, what do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday look like for you as you prepare for the tournament?
Yeah, Monday will probably be a scrimmage because, honestly, we walked in, we wanted to get 4 or 5 arms, on the mound, Carter Walker, Simmons, Meisner. We want to get it. We wanted to get them on the mound just to get a good taste in their mouth. So, obviously when your starters are throwing well and they're going 6 and 7 innings, your bullpen is going to shrink to 5 or 6 guys. But Monday will be a pretty hardcore practice. I would say we'll do a lot of situational hitting, bunt situations. Just try to start preparing for all those little things that are going to come into play in the league when it's going to be 1 to 2 run games. So just try to stay on top of them from that standpoint, and then just get some guys on the mound just to get some feel in, because you never know how a conference tournament's going to work and who you're going to use in what situations.
Well, the things that are unique about the conference tournament, when you play a series, like you could go into these games with Marian and kind of work on the things that you think Marian's going to do against you.
Yeah.
Get into the tournament, it may be one approach from a team one way, and the next game that you play, maybe in the same day, it's a completely different approach.
Yeah.
So you gotta cover all of those things. So, well, 29 wins in a season is a special year. I know that there were some left out there maybe that you wish you would have gotten that allow you to maybe compete for a league championship. But losing as much as you did off last year's team and putting together the kind of season that you did, I think that's special. So
we're, you've built the program this way, but people know at the end of the year you feel like Huntington's going to be playing their best baseball. You definitely feel good about that going into today, after today. So there's a lot of good things going on here. We've got a lot of young guys that are getting some good experience. And, the message is going to be very simple next week. You're right. I mean, we've dropped, quite a few games at the end. And the good thing is I'm just going to challenge our team. Hey, if you can man up, right, and acknowledge it and go, hey, that's the one part that is going to take us from being a good team to a great team. And you want the Bulldogs on the mound. So we'll see how they're going to handle that, and we're going to acknowledge it, talk about it, and try to actually put some practice things into place to put them under pressure. But if we continue to get good performances from guys like Fenton, Horton, and Walker, all those, we're a dangerous team. And so I know there's not a lot of teams that want to play us, but we still got to go out there and prove it. So.
Well, I think it's good that you're going to get some work for Simmons and Meisner and Carter. Because those guys, you go deep into the tournament, those guys, they have to come and help.
Absolutely.
And so they need some time on the mound. Say something nice about your wife, even though she shut her finger in the car door. Is that a Purdue thing?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
You're baiting me here on that one.
I know.
So,
I know.
Nope. Love Mom. I know Aunt Debbie and Uncle Rick are here as well. Just appreciate all the people that came out. I'm looking at the legend Jeff Shepard as well, who's down here. So. Great crowd.
Ryan Hale was here.
Yeah, Ryan Hale's
Troy
here.
Beachy was here.
It's the thing that makes Huntington great is the alumni and the family that come back. So we really appreciate it.
All right. Thanks for coming up here.
All right.
So we'll talk to you later.
Yep.